Jerry Jones responds to Dak Prescott's Mike McCarthy comments. Dallas Cowboys star quarterback Dak Prescott may be injured, but that isn't keeping him out of the headlines. Prescott went viral during the team's Thanksgiving win over the New York Giants for a comical amount of water bottles in front of him, but this week he made headlines for more serious reasons. The franchise signal caller showed his support for head coach Mike McCarthy and campaigned for McCarthy to return next season. On Friday, Jerry Jones called into Sean and RJ on Odyssey's 105.3 The Fan and was asked about Prescott's comments relating to McCarthy. While Jerry criticized McCarthy's play calling earlier in the season, he was more supportive this time around. Dak has a vested interest in the team. He's a critical part of our success as we go forward. His thoughts and ideas about how to be better are very important, Jones said. I understand completely about him wanting to help Mike McCarthy. That was the right thing for him to say. If he had been out here and our quarterback and making plays and helping us have a better record than we got right now, that's the way you help Mike. Those kinds of things I know are hard when you're hurt. In typical Jerry fashion, he used a lot of words but didn't say much. It does speak volumes, however, that he has completely changed his tune about McCarthy in recent weeks. And when your franchise quarterback is showing their support for the current head coach, you have to listen, so Cowboys Nation could be poised for another interesting offseason. Cowboys urged to interview Kellen and two sleepers as next coach candidates. The Dallas Cowboys are saying all the right things about the possibility of retaining coach Mike McCarthy in 2025, or all the wrong things, if you as a member of Cowboys Nation thinks the McCarthy era has after 5 years about run its course. McCarthy's contract expires at the end of the year, of course, as he failed to secure a contract extension following last season's playoff upset at the hands of the Packers, an outcome that led directly to this year's blow it up approach in preparation for a 2025 rebuild that likely will not include McCarthy. Troy Aikman, Tom Brady, and now Dak Prescott have all endorsed McCarthy, and after leading Dallas to 3 consecutive 12-5 seasons prior to this year, plus that Super Bowl back when he was in Green Bay, the coach's resume is sound. And it's why Cowboys owner Jerry Jones can get away with claiming it's not crazy to think McCarthy could be rehired. Still, the Cowboys coaching carousel seems likely to turn, with various media outlets starting to toss out names. We've certainly done that with our list of 14 possibilities, as you can see below. We have no agenda there, just whatever insight we have into what Dallas might want based on our 35 years covering the Cowboys beat. Meanwhile, we wonder about the agenda of others who are tossing out names in what seems like a rather random way. On Wednesday, ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler took a stab at potential candidates who could take over in Dallas if McCarthy's tenure ends. Fowler offered up 3 names, 2 of them being labeled by him as sleepers. Kellen has certainly helped himself while coaching the Eagles' offense this season, Fowler said. I could see him getting a look in Dallas and other places. He's not wrong there. Now the Philadelphia offensive coordinator, Moore worked here with the Cowboys as both a player and a highly regarded coordinator. He's a hit in Philly, where the Eagles rank 7th in points per game, 26.7, and 1st in rushing yards per game, 188.9, and are a Super Bowl favorite. He's on our list, logically. But then come Fowler's sleepers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Liam Cohen and Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing. And no, we didn't get around to including them on our list. What gives here? The carousel pool is full of offensive candidates, though there's room for a sleeper such as Tampa Bay's Liam Cohen or Arizona's Drew Petzing to make an impression, Fowler said. Liam Cohen and Drew Petzing? Why? Or why not? If you understand what Jones Cowboys usually look for in a coach, you get the why not. Cohen, 39, has the Bucs scoring well, 28 points per his top 5 in the NFL, but has no head coaching experience and has no Dallas connection. Petzing, 37, has the Cardinals among the top 6 rushing teams in the NFL, hardly a rousing success, but has no head coaching experience. In fact, this is his first ever season as a coordinator at any level and no Dallas connection. We will suggest to you that should the Cowboys move on from McCarthy, the Dallas search is likely to feature a candidate with head coaching experience and some level of Cowboys familiarity. Moore fits in that second category. Cohen and Petzing fit not at all. The Joneses, of course, should consider every possible concept moving forward, from Bill Belichick on down. But when fairly obscure names like Cohen and Petzing are being pushed into the conversation by the media, that reeks of water carrying, as if ESPN is doing a coach or his agent a favor as opposed to Bristol really having any true idea of what's going on here. What's CeeDee promising for Cowboys on MNF? Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb did not participate in the Thursday practice here inside the Star, a continuation of the All-Pro's efforts to battle through an AC sprain in his shoulder that he's been saddled with since taking a series of nasty hits back in the first week of November in a loss at Atlanta. He continues to rack up targets and catches and yards. Somewhat stunningly, Lamb ranks second in the NFL in catches with 79 while also totaling 880 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. And he's got a plan to do even more against the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 14 on Monday Night Football. Lamb is the most critical piece in the Cowboys' offense, especially with QB Dak Prescott out for the year due to injury. No one on this roster matches him in talent, explosiveness, consistency, or production. So Lamb in some form is as crucial if the wounded 5-7 Cowboys are to win their third straight game and thus remain on the outskirts of the in the hunt group in the NFC playoff picture. And Lamb in a more healthy form? He's in NFL-wide elite company. All he can promise is for now, of course, it's that he's going to play, and play hurt if necessary, against the 4-8 Bengals. The Bengals are vulnerable defensively and rank number 27 overall in the NFL. Dallas defense, by the way, ranks just one tick better at number 26. I still have the shoulder injury, which I've been dealing with for 4 or 5 weeks, said Lamb, who hopefully will have benefited from 11 days between games. I have my range of motion, and I have my strength back. As far as Monday goes, I'll be fine. Cowboys caught sleeping again, as NFC rival claims talented running back. From Jerry Jones to Micah Parsons, the Dallas Cowboys are adamant they can make a playoff push. All they need to do is win their final 5 games and hope the 7 teams above them in the standings utterly collapse during the home stretch. Easy enough, right? While players and coaches shift their focus to the Cincinnati Bengals, the front office should absolutely have an eye on 2025. Most of the roster turnover won't occur until after the season, but there is nothing standing in the way of signing deserving players to extensions. Jordan Lewis, Rico Dowdle, and Osa Odigizua are prime candidates, but this regime does not frequent.